morning, everybody. Good morning. Happy New Year. Happy New Year's Eve to everybody. We've had a long week here at the 2019 PlayStation Fiesta Bowl. It's almost kickoff time, so we have one more event with our esteemed two head coaches to my left. But before we get started, I did want to introduce the Mayor of Glendale, Mayor Jerry Wires, who's going to come up, say a few words, and have a few gifts to our two head coaches. Mayor?
Good morning, everyone. Good morning, coaches. We wanted to surprise you rather than having that sunny, hot weather that you're both accustomed to. We wanted something a little bit different here, so we got you some real football weather for tomorrow's game. Welcome to Arizona, specifically welcome to my city, Glendale. We're really proud that you're here. I want to wish both of you the success tomorrow. I'm sure it'll be a great game. Should have a lot of fun tomorrow. So thanks so much for being here. I have a couple baskets for you. They're from world famous Soretta's chocolates. I don't know if you want to hold them until the game's over or maybe snack on them tonight, but there's some incredible candy in there. It's made right in Glendale, and it's a family-run business. So we brought you both a couple baskets. I'd like to give you both baskets and then take a quick picture and help you out of here. Thank you. Good luck to you both tomorrow. Danny's making me hungry. Very good. Awesome. Thank you. Good luck, my friend. Thank you. Good luck.
All right, before we get to the two gentlemen to my left, just a quick reminders about today's schedule. At 9:30, over at Phoenix Children's Hospital, Coach Orgeron and his wife Kelly are going to be delivering Hope gift baskets to children patients at Phoenix Children's Hospital, in case you wanted to go over to that. At 10 a.m. at Arizona Helping Hands, the UCF family, including family and mothers and fathers of the student athletes on the UCF football team, will be volunteering at Arizona Helping Hands. And then at 1:30 p.m. at the Phoenix Zoo, there will be an orangutan that will predict the winner of tomorrow's game. So these two gentlemen and their teams have nothing to do with tomorrow. It's all up to this orangutan at the Phoenix Zoo. We have two t-shirts, and the orangutan will pick the winner based on which t-shirt it interacts with first. So I'm not sure we need this press conference, but we're going to have it. First, we're going to turn over to the man to my immediate left, Coach Orgeron. The LSU Tigers are the visiting team in tomorrow's game, bringing in a record of 9-3. Coach, why don't you go ahead and give us a quick opening statement this morning?
First of all, I want to thank the Fiesta Bowl again for a great week from our families and our team. It's one of the best bowls we've attended. I want to congratulate Coach Heupel for a tremendous job. What a great football team he has. I love watching him play. I love the way his coaches interacted with our coaches. Their team has been first class. I want to wish him the best of luck. This is going to be a big challenge. This is a great event for the LSU Tigers and a great finish to an outstanding season.
Thank you, Coach. One quick fast fact, LSU is 8-0 in games after a loss under Coach Orgeron. The last time they lost back-to-back game was in November of 2015. And as I introduced Coach Heupel, one fast fact, we all know about UCF's 25-game winning streak, so I looked it up real quick. The last time UCF lost a game, we had a different president sitting in the White House. With that introduction, Coach Heupel, welcome to the Valley. And the stage is yours.
Thank you. Just want to again thank everyone from PlayStation and the Fiesta Bowl for hosting us. Our football family is truly grateful for the opportunity that you guys have given us this week. Our teams enjoyed the festivities as we've gotten closer to kickoff. We're certainly looking forward to tomorrow afternoon, playing a great opponent in LSU, and looking forward to going out and competing.
Thank you, Coach. At this point, we'll open up for questions. We just ask that you please raise your hand. We do have mic runners on either side. And if you could please identify yourself and your outlet, that would be fantastic as well. We'll start here in the blue.
Morning, guys. Kyle Nash with Blue Ridge Media. Really quick, this is a question for both of y'all to answer in succession. Throughout the week, I'm sure you get a question about this already, but kind of a final answer moment. Start with you, Coach. I've always been watching a lot of film lately, at least, for UCF. When you watch that video, what jumps off the screen for you when you see?
The speed at which they run the offense and the execution. No one's really stopped them yet. They wear teams out. They make a lot of plays in the fourth quarter. The execution that Randy's defense uses, he's a 4-3, cover one guy. They do a great job of pressing and rerouting. They play great fundamental ball. They tackle. These guys play for 60 minutes.
And Coach, I do the same thing to you, except which you've always been watching a lot of tape lately for LSU. When you watch them, what jumps off the screen to you?
I think the way they play three phases of the game together, offense, defense, special teams. I think on offensively and defensively, when you look at them, besides the schemes, it's their size, their mass up front on both sides of the line of scrimmage, athletically on the defensive line as well, their ability to get after the quarterback in third down situations. I just think their length and athleticism in the skill positions are special and unique.
Just stay to the right over here.
Chris McGee with the Athletic. Josh, for a guy who played junior college, guys kind of been down and kind of step along the way. What has the season meant, and what could possibly be kind of a great season for you personally?
It's just the next opportunity for us to go out and compete as a football team. I don't ever look too far in front, or definitely don't look behind. We just go out, compete, and play as hard as we possibly can. We're looking forward to this opportunity. Our players enjoyed their time out here, but we've had a mantra of playing the next game. We're only as good as our next performance. We're looking forward to the opportunity of this one to give ourselves a chance to go 1-0 one more time.
Front row left, or second row left.
Jamie Say, WKMG in Orlando. This question is for both of the coaches. Obviously, football comes down to execution, but I'm wondering, how far does desire and hunger carry a football team, especially on a stage like this? Coach, I'll let you start.
Yeah, I think it's been a mark of our football team this year. The character, the leadership, and the 1-2, and you play the schedule that we've played. You come down some tough games. You come down to grit. You're behind in the fourth quarter. You got to find a way to win. And I think it's grit and leadership and character is going to be a big key in winning the game tomorrow for both teams.
I think this game is all about the intangibles, and you need talent, absolutely. But championship football teams, in games like this, I think it comes down to your ability to handle adversity, to focus on the things that matter, which come from leadership from within the locker room. Championship seasons are special because of the character that you have inside of your locker room.
Let's go in the back row.
Matt Michelle, Orlando Sentinel. Josh, when you look back, you say you don't look back a lot of times, but when you look back at this season, what has made it sort of special to you? What stood out?
I think the thing that I'll look back on this season, being in year one of our program together, the thing that I will look back on and remember is one, the love, the brotherhood that exists inside of our locker room. They truly care about one another, and I think the ability of our staff and players to merge and to form a family in a short amount of time. Time and energy that we put in January and February, leading into spring ball, and to getting real relationships with our players, I think was extremely important. So that'll be the biggest takeaway from this season.
Coach Joe, you said last year, the preparation for the Notre Dame game, you felt like you guys didn't do your best. What did you learn from that experience, and how was the preparation this time around compared to that? Yeah,
it's been different. It started with me. The attention to details from the first practice, demanding, doing things right on a daily basis at practice, having great practice, having team periods, making them game-like, having curfew, demanding everybody's in for curfew. We've had 100% attendance at every curfew. Everybody's been early to meetings. The awareness level of the competition is going to take to win this football game. This is going to be a battle. Just like we've had many battles this year, we're going to have to play our best football game. I think we've had our best practices, but we're going to see tomorrow.
Any more questions for the coaches? Go back to Jacques and then.
Coach, have you ever been in a position before where you're so thin in one position, cornerback?
Yeah. I was thinking about that orangutan could maybe give me a couple of snaps this afternoon. Tomorrow morning, maybe we could use them. A couple of positions there. But, you know, those guys are gonna have to perform. And, you know, the rate of, high rate of speed that these guys are gonna run plays, we're gonna have to alternate our guys, so there's gonna be some guys that haven't played before that's gonna have to step up. But we can have a saying, we put 11 men on the field, we fight like tigers, and it doesn't matter who's in that helmet, and they gotta perform, just like their teammates have to perform. So it's gonna be a test for some of our guys.
Coach O, obviously UCF is going with Daryl Mack at quarterback. I'm just wondering what you think of him, what you've seen on film from DJ Mack.
Outstanding runner. He looks like a vet coming in. He didn't blink. Led his team to wins, just like they know how to win. I'm sure that he has been taking snaps all the season, been prepared. And it looked like when he got in there, they had a plan for him. He's big and he's physical. It's hard to tackle. It's kind of like playing a wildcat formation every play. I think the guy's an excellent player.
Go front, second row left.
Coach O, Luke Ketcher, Spectrum News 13 in Orlando. For UCF, a win in a game like this continues to help with their national respect and their brand as a whole on a national stage. For your program, what does a win in a game like this mean going forward?
Yeah, you know, first of all, we felt like we've had an excellent season. Going into the season, nobody knew about what we had, and there was a lot of predictions here and there. We blocked out the noise. We're very disappointed in the outcome of our last game, and there were some factors there that we couldn't control. And we don't like losing. You know, nobody does. And we got a chip on our shoulder. We're going to play hard. There's some things in our last game that we could have controlled that we didn't control, and we plan on doing that tomorrow. So, you know, winning 10 games, winning a bowl, the Fiesta Bowl, our first New Year's Day 6 Bowl. We'll say a lot about our program taking the next step. It helps in recruiting. It helps in the spring. It kind of makes the next 7 months some good months, positive notes, predicting for the next year. I've been on both sides. This is my third year. When we beat Louisville, a pretty good football team, we had a good spring, we had a good recruiting year. Last year, we lost a tough loss to Notre Dame on the last play, and it wasn't a good spring. So we know the outcome of winning this game, what it predicts for the future.
Ed, you talk about the Brooks Sabina from the Advocate. Ed, you've talked about what it would mean for this kind of win for your program. It seems like throughout this week your team has been pretty relaxed. I mean, how did you guys approach it as just from a mental standpoint?
Yeah, you know, we wanted them to be relaxed. We wanted to focus in on the task at hand when we needed to. But this is also a bowl. This is a reward for them. This is the first time our guys have come out to Arizona. So whether they went hiking or whether they did something that they haven't done before, I'm glad that they did it. They've been in a good mood, and I like them to be relaxed. But tomorrow they understand it's going to be an intense game. For 60 minutes, it's going to be an early game. We're going to have an early morning meeting tomorrow morning. If to get them up, get them going, it's going to be a challenge, but I think they're ready for it.
Mike.
Mike Young, Orlando Sentinel. Do you guys worry, it seems like both sets of players have had a great time out here. Do you guys worry if there's playoff expansion that it would sort of take away from the bowl experience for players?
Go ahead, Coach. You know, that's out of my wheelhouse, man. You know, I just don't know. If they have a playoff expansion and they actually go in it, we're going to go. I tell you that, we're going to go with a smile. I promise you that. If they don't, we're going to try our butts to get into that thing. I think that's where things going. But I'll say this to you: the magnitude of this bowl for us has been huge, and the approach we have taken it. This is a first-class bowl. We are fortunate to be in this bowl. It's a reward for a great season. You can't get in a New Year's Day a 6 bowl by not having a great season, not having a great football team. So this is a prestigious bowl. We're taking it like that. This will be a prestigious win for a football team.
Yeah, I think inevitably, playoff is going to expand. I think that's just the way that it's headed. At the same time, for our players, we absolutely love this experience. I've had a great time here in the Valley. And it's a unique opportunity for players to get outside of the region. I'm just talking bowl games in general, to get outside of where they're from and experience something completely different outside of their normal culture.
Get one over there.
Brian Rubenbach, a little bit right for Coach O. Even though the Texas A&M game was so long ago, how much does that game really do serve still as a motivation to the game?
It's a big motivation for us. And it's just, if you're a competitor, there's a motivation to go out in the field and do it again. It's like riding a bike, man. You get knocked off the bike, you want to get back on and you want to ride. So it's just the way we approach it. And, this is a game that we want to play well. It's about LSU. And I'm sure Coach says the same thing about his team. We can't control the other opponent. It's never going to be about them. This is about the LSU Tigers. We got to control what we can control and do the things that we can do well. They know they're going to do the best. You don't get to this bowl without having a great football team on both sides. This is going to be a big challenge for us, one of our biggest challenges all year.
Josh, Pat Clark from Western Orlando. We know that the playoff champion is going to be unbeaten this year. I'm wondering if UCF can find a way to beat LSU tomorrow. Would the Knights be compelled to declare themselves national champions this year?
That's way out of my wheelhouse and way out of what we're thinking about. That's the reality of it. We're playing a great opponent. I have a tremendous amount of respect for Coach and what he's been able to do there at LSU, the season that they've had. Understand, watching the tape, the type of opponent that we're playing. We're going to go out and compete for 60 minutes and have fun doing it.
We'll wrap it up right here. And then we'll take some photos over at the trophy.
Coach Heupel, do you have a gauge on and a sense of how your team is mentally prepared for this game at this point, how they practice up to this point?
Yeah, they've practiced well. This is a reward for them. They've spent 8 months, getting to this, or really 12 months getting to this point, I guess, at this point, and fighting, battling throughout the regular season and then a conference championship game to get here. Early in the week, they've had unique experiences, things that they've never had the opportunity to do. As we've gotten closer to game time and really at the beginning of week 2, when it's time for football, they've focused in, they've dialed into the preparation, and they'll be ready to kick off tomorrow at 11.
All right, thank you, everybody. We're going to move over to the trophy stage. What I'd like to ask first is that we go with the video cameras to get their shots first. So if you're a still photographer, you either kneel or clear a path for the video cameras to get theirs, and then we'll do still photography. You guys good and back? All right. Now let's go in front here. All right. All good?